All right, hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First, I'm gonna give honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to all my fellow Akim out there that follow Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai with truth and sincerity. I like to say shalom. The title of this lesson is gonna be called Must Watch Now, Wonder Man. And if you don't know the show Wonder Man, it's a Marvel superhero show on Disney Plus, and I definitely recommend you Akim and Aqua to watch it. Mainly you Akim, that's in this truth to watch this show on Disney Plus, Wonder Man, because they know um that the Israelites will receive spiritual power. And one thing about Disney is that they gave no form of advertisement, no trailers, no form of uh, uh announcements about Wonder Man. They just released it on Disney Plus at night and gave all of his eight episodes, man. But then when you go on Disney Plus, you trying to watch something, there's an ad for Daredevil and all these other shows. They made me thinking like, why does that matter? Because this show is basically a black man with spiritual power, and they have no advertisement. They have not even showed one form of a trailer for it, man. Just goes to show you, man, that there's still no respect for the Israelite man, okay, in this kingdom. Even when there's a story about him with brilliant, glorious, superhuman abilities, man, powers. Okay, so this is the show. It's on Disney Plus, Wonder Man, and this is a Judite that's playing the character Wonder Man. And for those brothers that know the comics, all right, Wonder Man is one of the most strongest Marvel superheroes in the Marvel universe because his whole biology is is made out of ionic energy. Okay, and I'm going to show y'all that through this article, and I'm going to show you that through the database of Marvel's database. But I'm going to break down the show on what is it about because it's in MCU terms. Okay, so this says Wonder Man review. I got a 4 out of 5. Uh, 4 out of 5 stars. You know what I'm saying? It's a really good show, man. And every episode was really like great storytelling. Okay, it says a Marvel TV show with almost no superhero action, and it's all the better for it. Okay, and before this show was released, a lot of people was having there was a lot of critics and a lot of people were having doubts about it because Marvel is not doing good, and two, one of the most iconic heroes in Marvel comics. But that's the thing. Marvel is now showing characters throughout the years that there's more stories and more characters that's uh far known than just Spider-Man, okay, or the Fantastic Four, or Captain America. There's characters out there that's actually can grab your eye. Okay, but I think that the MCU, they took that and they scrambled it with their own form of agenda and messed it up. But when you read the comic books, man, the Marvel is prolific, man. Okay, it's bigger in quality and quantity, man. Okay, but they know in this show, they know that the Israelite man, okay, the Israelites, period, are the true superheroes. So this is the and there was no trailer for this, no trailer, no teaser, no form of release. They just once announced. They just announced on TikTok and YouTube saying, "Hey, we just gonna release this one show called Wonder Man, and that's about it." But they got 1,000 trailers for this one uh Disney Plus show. You know, Marvel hates Jake, man. Even though Jake is a cash cow to not Marvel, Disney hates Jake, even though Jake is a cash cow to Disney. Okay, it says what a joy. Yeah, it's a Yahya Abdul Mateen the second in Wonder Man photograph Marvel Television. This gem of a series about an actor with superpowers It's a clever, tender take on male friendship in the film industry. It's a triumph of storytelling and masterclass in acting, right? Because he wanted to become an actor in the show. And when the main movie that he wanted to, the main character in the movie that he wanted to play in was the movie Wonder Man. Okay, because Simon, the character, this guy that was called Simon, the main character, he wanted to play Shlakia. I don't want to spoil it, but he wanted to play that role basically. Okay, I'm gonna put it in short terms, but it's a really good show, man. He willing to play that role, but this is right after Thanos and all that. So superheroes are known and popular, and they don't. And in Hollywood, and that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's in that universe, they don't want superheroes to play in certain movies because their powers can get out of hand. So every time he goes to an audition, they ask him, "Sir, do you have any superpowers?" He'd be like, "Nah," but he actually does, man. It's a really good story, man. It says we are back in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you feel fatigue still over you, already banish it. It's going to be okay. Even though Wonder Man is by my incredulous reckoning about the 30th MCU series produced by Marvel Television and companions, from the dizzy heights of WandaVision to, well, She-Hulk, it's a little gem. Right, a lot of those shows, WandaVision, She-Hulk, a lot of those Phase 4 shows failed, man. Okay. Why is that? I'm gonna grab that real quick. I already know what I'm about to grab. I'm just grabbing scriptures through the spirit, man. Okay. This is Isaiah 24:11. There's a crying for the wine in the streets. All joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. So, right, there's no mirth in Disney or Marvel, okay, or Warner Brothers, or all these companies and franchises that created many ideas and stories that's no longer existing no more. They still doing remakes and repeats and sequels, man, because there's no new original ideas. Okay, and when they release a Marvel show, that ruins the whole um content of the original adaptation, man. The comics. Okay, the She-Hulk, the Marvels, WandaVision. What was another one? It was another show. Echo, all these other Marvel shows, man, they just flop. Why? Because the mirth of the land is gone. But this one, I'm recommending you this Akim. I'm recommending you this Akim Shalaki. I just wake up from a nap, so I'm trying to get back into, you know, functioning. You know what I'm saying? I just woke up from a nap, but I'm recommending you Akim Aqua this that this show was really really good, man, and it just shows you how much power and strength the Israelite man holds, even when he has spiritual power. It says it's quite a little in the MCU terms. Not only are there are 8 episodes only around half an hour long, but there also is skew special it's like spectacular in the favor of storytelling. It is a radical idea, but you never know, it might catch on. The story is that Simon Williams, Yahya Abdul Mateen II, who plays the comics character Black Manta in the Aquaman films, which that movie Aquaman was complete trash. Okay, it was just a bunch of CGI underwater shit. That's why I like the second Black Panther movie with Taylor Khan, man, because it actually showed you how a civilization in that movie, Black Panther 2, uh, with Namor, it actually showed you how actual civilization underwater looks like. Without all those lights and CGI, it actually showed you how what an advanced civilization will look like underwater, man. And I love how they just showed you. I love how they changed one of Marvel's first characters into a Northern Kingdom. Okay, they made Namor into a Northern Kingdom, a Zebulonite, and they made them Telokans in the movie Black Panther 2. All those underwater people, they were supposed to be Atlanteans, but they wanted something different from Aquaman, so they made them Mayan descent. Which that was a good idea, man. Okay, but but back to what I'm saying, man. According to Aquaman films, the only good character that was in the movie was Black Manta. He was in the right spirit. It says let me go back. It says it's an actor who has been trying to make it in LA for the last decade. Alas, his inability to stop overthinking a role makes him an utter pain on set and gets him fired even when he does manage to land a part. But he loves the Wonder Man character all his life. And it says when the chance comes to audition for a role in a superhero film about him, Simon leaped at it. There he is befriended by Trevor Slattery, Ben Kingsley, which I believe he was a Jake. He's a great actor, man. Okay, he didn't have any spiritual power in that movie, in the show, and he had a great performance. Who plays Trevor in various MCU films? A washed-up drug adult uh, added actor who is hired by Iron Man's 3's baddie to play the Mandarin. Right, he was playing a fake terrorist in the Iron Man series, especially in Iron Man 3. Okay, who is a terrorist leader of the Ten Rings that we keep up. This is always befriending an actor. Trevor is the cat's paw of the Department of the Damage Control. Right, he was a secret agent. It says the shadowy government organization set on protecting the public from supernatural threats with the modern prison to fill before its budget it's cut. And the DODC has been tracking our man Simon since he was 13 and emerged unscathed from a house fire that should have killed him. All right, and it says it is not we gather just his love for the Strunky Wonder Man films he watched as a child with his father that draw him to the role. It says ignorant of the DODC's existence, Simon still keeps his power hidden because in this Hollywood, people with such abilities are forbidden to work after an on-set disaster that is the subject of an entire episode, beautifully done, even if it interrupted the momentum. About halfway through the series, right? And it was an episode of another Jake. They call him the Doorman. All right, he had a spiritual power where his body was his own body was a portal. Okay, that just and that just shows you, man, that Jake is very special with spiritual power. Okay, but they gotta make the character Doorman a laughing stock, you know. And he was humble with his spiritual power, man. He was very very humble in the beginning. And my fault. I skipped that episode because it wasn't um I think it wasn't Simon wasn't in the episode, so I just skipped that part. But Lord's will, I'm gonna watch the show again because I watched the whole 8 episodes, man. It was really, really good. Well, it was really, really good, man. Except that one episode. All right, I think I stopped at the middle of it and I skipped it and I watched the continuous story of Simon trying to become an actor. But it just shows you, man, that the Esau know that we the ones, man. Hey, Shalom Malak. I'm so sorry. I didn't even see your text. Shalom Akim. Bro, I was watching the whole thing last night. Must watch. It says if I want, bro, I can post a link to join your live. I can. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Bro, it was a good episode. Doorman will show why superheroes can't be actors. Exactly. Yeah, we could. Yeah, you could definitely do that. I don't. Shit, man. I don't know how to do that, man. Let me see. Is it this one? Guests can stream this their own destination. Let me save. Copy. Oh, I gotta sign up for this shit. Hold on. Copy. Man, I really don't know how to work StreamYard. Usually, hold on. Let me see. It says con. Let me see. Let me see. How do you join somebody? Let me invite. Real quick. I'm all over the place. Invite guests. Copy. Send this link to your guests. Yep. And I'm gonna hold on. I'm not put. No, I want to put you in timeout. I'm gonna post it. Okay, good. That's what I was about to do. Thwada. Let me see. Oh man, I hope I did it right. Because I really don't, usually I just, do the lesson and, I just end it off there. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. post it. Now I post it in the chat. Oh shit. Hold on. No, you can copy the link, post it into the chat. Okay. Did I do it right? Oh man. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Hold on, give me 1 second. Go to StreamYard. Okay. Oh, hey, Thawada. Hey, Shalom alaikum.
Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Brother.
Hey, how about some outside Rakatha? Hey man, I was just saying, man, that show is really good, and it just shows you how.
Hey, go to your you gotta click off. You gotta click off the page.
Click off the page.
You gotta click off. You gotta click off the page so it won't echo.
Oh, okay.
So just go back to what you were sharing. You go back to what you were sharing at.
Right, like this. I'm sorry. I'm like this, right?
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay.
Yeah, like that.
All right, good. Yeah, I'm good. I hear you. You're not echoing. You good. You good.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. Oh, I heard the echo because I had the videos. I had the video still playing. But yeah, brother. Okay. Once again, we'll give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by double honor to the apostles and the bishop, elders, and great millstone for teaching us his word and truth and sincerity and for ruling well. Hey, yeah, brother. I watched the whole thing last night, bro. The whole 8 episodes. I watched it, man, and it was crazy because I wanted to do a lesson myself on Wonder Man without too much giving up the spoils because I had asked ChatGPT some questions, and so I'm gonna try to open up the chat real quick, and I'll explain to you or show you what I was what I had asked Chat. Give me a quick second, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It said so I was asking it about superheroes, like why black superheroes always get their arcs are always limited, right? So like give me a quick second. I'm putting it on the thing. If you want, so I'm gonna go to present right here.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna add my screen, and you could just add it to the chat. I meant to the thing. So
you go ahead.
Where I'm at, right? Yeah. So just open up the you see where it says Gabardi Howard. Yeah. No, not invite guests, brother. Right here. You see where the screen at? So
yeah.
Scroll down.
Scroll down. Oh, okay, good. I didn't see that.
Yeah, add to stage. So you just got to remove the one that you're sharing right now. Stop sharing your screen.
Oh, okay. I get you. Let me move this real quick.
Yeah. And then add the water, brother.
Yeah.
The water. So so like without giving too much of the show Wonder Man on, and this is what the brothers speaking about this show right here. Hold on. He's going in on about this show right here, which is dope because one, in the comic book, they made Wonder Man a white dude, a so-called white man, right? This is what he looked like in the comic books.
Right.
But and they made him a Jake. And dude is like he's super powerful, bro. Like his powers are unmatched. And so my question was why I asked ChatGPT last night. I said, why is it that when black men are cast in heroic roles for TV or film, their arcs are so narrow? Luke Cage, Wonder Man, Hancock are examples of the shows and movies revolve around prison or jail. It is sad that black heroic characters really get to explore their powers and become ultimately heroes like white superheroes. And that's true because when you watch Wonder Man, they don't really show a lot of his powers. Right? They show him, but it's not the movie. The show is not about. It's not an origin show, so you don't really know how he got his powers. You don't know how tough his powers is, and in reality, it could have been a movie instead of being a show. But I guess they wanted to try to get dude into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the guy that's playing this guy right here that's playing Wonder Man, he a West African Jake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why his name That's why his name was like sound Arabic. Like, oh, so he might be even the show he had like a little. I knew he had a little ethnic
Yeah, so
like his mom and his pops, they had a different talk, like a different dialect.
yeah, it's the same thing. I was about to say that in the show, he's West African in the show, right? So they never show like an African American straight from America gifted with these powers, right? They'll show like a Nigerian Jake or somebody that's not so-called African American. And this goes back to even the scriptures, like when we got in chattel slavery, Esau took so much out of the precepts because he didn't want us to identify ourselves with the ancient Israelites and our current struggle, right? The captivity, the slavery, the oppression, which we are the Israelites.
Right.
So what they do is they it's just the same thing with jobs in America. Like corporate America, they don't hire black so-called African American people for jobs like that. They hire out. They'll go to Nigeria and they'll get a 2-for-1 or maybe a 3-for-1. They got an immigrant, a black person, and a woman, or they got an immigrant and he's a black person, right? But they will not hire Jake in America, like Ron from Brooklyn, New York. He's not getting it. Right. And the reason why I brought this up is because just like in Luke Cage, the show Luke Cage, Hancock, and even Wonder Man, the new Wonder Man show, it revolves around prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to get too much up about the show, they want to lock Jake up for nothing. He didn't even commit no crime. He was just an actor. He was trying to act, and he had superpowers, but he had been controlling it his whole life because he didn't want to be. Well, he was ostracized his whole life. He felt like people make you feel weird, and it's crazy because I asked the question on ChatGPT. Is like, here it is, Esau. He don't have no powers. His only power is to lie and to deceive. Right? Mm-hmm. He don't have no superpowers, but yet he's able to curtail these people who are literally gods on the earth. Yeah. Right? And so I was like, damn, that's messed up. Even when you watch Iron Man,
hey, that's the spirit, man. That's the spirit. Yeah. I'm sorry to interrupt. Iron Man is a teaming because everything about his father and him was all about weapons, and even he didn't want to sell them weapons. He was still destroying the world on a low level.
Yeah. And then like his arc had nothing to do with prison. He just destroyed shit and collateral damage like a motherfucker. Never see him in prison, right? But they wanted to throw Jake into a fucking high level prison, not because he did something wrong, but because they couldn't fill it up.
Right.
So they created this big ass ultra prison to house people with superpowers, right? But it wasn't enough people to lock up. So they were looking. The government was looking for people with superpowers to throw into a fucking prison. Right. And they found this guy. And I was like, what the hell? So anyway, I asked this question. It says, you're not imagining. What you're pointing out is a real pattern and a lot of black writers. Can you get a precept for me real quick, bro?
Of course.
It says which what is it? Which
I know you're talking about, it's in Isaiah, right? The
no.
Oh, okay.
There's one that has about slander, but it's the other one where it says let me see the slander. The slander. Let me see if I can find it. The slander of our brethren. Oh, the accuser of our brethren. It's because the accuser of our brethren. It's in Revelations of our brethren. Revelation 2:10.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up so you can read it. Hold on, I got you.
Revelations 2:10, right?
Yeah, I got you. I'm pulling it up on the screen so you can read it. Revelation. And I ain't trying to take over your skill out, brother.
No, brother. It's all in the spirit. I want to do this. I'm like, oh shit, that's the elder. Oh, he's Shalom Malak. Because usually, usually I only get like one view or stuff like that. But this is new. So
I'll be watching, man. It says the accuser, the accuser of our brethren.
It was 12 and 10.
Hold on. Yeah, I don't think that was the right one. It says it was. Say this is Bible says the pivotal. Let me see. Let me go back to Revelation 12 and 10 real quick. Oh man, because it says fear none of these things without self. No, that's not it. It's just which accuse our brothers day and night. Hold on. Which accuse day and night. This is it says Revelation 12 and 10. Salakia, brother.
Mm-hmm. No,
Revelation 12 and 10. Revelation 12. You got it, brother. It's on the screen. You can read it.
This is Revelations 12 and 10. It says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, and the power of his son, Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God, Yahweh, day and night. And who's our accuser? Esau Edom.
That's right.
Okay. Because he here's the thing, and what you just said about Hancock was, when I was in the world, my stepfather said this one time. He said, hey, every time when we watch a superhero of a black man, he always got to be put down, or he has to have a limit. Here it is. You can have Superman, which he's an Israelite. He just got a white face. He could do all this. He has no limits. He could fight aliens. He could fight all this, but he has no form of connection to a black man. But when you watch Hancock, he got to be a drunk. He got to be a fucking a failure to society. He got to be all that. And now, in the truth, I'm like, damn, why is that? Because it's the accuser of our brother Esau. Even when in his own fictional world of storytelling, we're not in the bright light. No matter what you do, we're not in the bright light of any form of storytelling.
And that's what that's what we want to go into on the chat. But going back to this real quick, Revelation 12 and 10, and I heard a voice saying in heaven, now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, like the brother was going into. The accuser is Esau Edom. They got witches and warlocks, high priests on the left-hand side that actually go to the Lord and they accuse us of all the wickedness and evil. They make us the blight of the world. When in reality, it's Esau. He set up the whole environment for Jake to go off.
Right.
And it says, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, and he's going to be cast down, right? Starting with the super bacon elite families. See, just like, I don't know if you saw that, the DC one where it was a Justice League and the Flash asked Batman, what's his superpower? And he said, I'm rich.
Right.
His superpower is money, right? So these devils, that power is going to be taken away from them, right? When they're cast down. It says, which accused them before the Most High day and night. Right. And they accuse us daily. They see Jake going off and they see us. And it's like they want to tell the Lord that we don't deserve the promises and the blessing that he's going to give us through his son. We don't. That's what Esau is saying.
Yeah.
Right. So when they show superheroes with limited abilities to do anything, it's basically saying that you're not worthy to have these powers.
Exactly.
Right.
There we go.
You're not good enough. Right. And it ain't they say, well, we need more black writers, and which is crazy because I don't know if you saw that Netflix show called Supercell, which was great.
I loved it. Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
It was another show that showed you a people that didn't have any power had the real power. Who was the people? The white man in the show. He didn't have no power, but all the Jakes had the power. What Esau had the power to do was get sellouts, buy sellouts to destroy their own people. And then he'll put limitations on these superpowered beings, right? That's what they did. That's why they didn't give us a season 2, because the show, it had great ratings, just like that show on Netflix. It was like a show or a movie called Power with Jamie Foxx. All that shit is limited. It was limited power. It wasn't unlimited. But when it comes to the so-called white man, the nigga power flowed through and through. And then again, their stories are wider, right? They don't surround the streets, gangs, drugs, Harlem. It's like Harlem is like the blackest city on the planet Earth, the blackest portion of the city on the planet Earth, according to the white man. Harlem, right? Or jail or prison. So anyway, it says you're not imagining this. What you're pointing out is a real pattern. A lot of black writers, actors, and critics have been calling it out for years. The narrow black arc. When black men are cast as heroes, their stories are often confined to a few repeated lanes. The carousel, the carceral origin, which is incarceration, like being locked up.
Right.
The carceral origin problem. Luke Cage powers ties directly to prison. Wrongful incarceration, surveillance, constant police framing. Hancock framed as a dangerous, socially disposable outcast who needs to be managed. Prisons, jail, parole, or state control become part of the hero's DNA, not just an obstacle. Right. And even when you watch the movie, The Black Panther, it wasn't enough to have an all so-called black cast. Right. They had to put the white dude in there as the white savior. This nigga had no power, He got saved because he got shot, and they took the nigga to Wakanda. And this nigga, they let the nigga operate the chariot. You know what I'm saying? He was getting up. Then Steve Rogers can just Moby. Mind you, nobody can come into Wakanda unless you got that tattoo on your face.
Right.
This nigga Steve Rogers, Captain America, he just moses on in there. Like, okay, this nigga get a pre-pass. It's the same thing it's the same thing in these shows, man. Right. It's like, in reality, Esau don't want to frame us as the gods that we are. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures tell us that we are gods, right? We're not in a God form right now. Why? Because we've been punished and judged for our iniquities. But when Yahweh Shai comes back, he's going to re-elevate us back to that position, to that role. This is the book of Psalms 8, 2, and 6. I said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes, man. You see? So yeah, you got it, brother. I ain't mean to.
No. I was about to grab that scripture. We are gods. When you read all these Marvel comics and stories, man, that's actually all about us. And like I said, I've been saying multiple times, man, when you watch these superhero movies, but Captain America or Thor or Superman, that's us, man. They just got a white face. And in the movie Unbreakable, Samuel Jackson, he said it. He said his character, Mr. Glass, he said these comic books are not just somebody just created. These are records. And what are records? Records are something that's been recorded throughout history. So the Bible is an ultimate record. Elisha bringing down fire from heaven. I believe Elijah or Elisha bringing down fire from heaven. That's a record. Okay. When Moses split the Red Sea, that's a record. That actually happened. That's not just something fictional. But what did Esau do? Esau is not an originator, so he will take that and create his own characters. But truly, we are the gods that the Bible speaks of. We are the Elohim on earth. We just in these fleshly forms. But when Yahweh returns, we're going to receive those brand new bodies, and we're going to let the world know that we the true superheroes, man.
Well, you look at, like you said, this is a record book. When you look at what is it? I always get it mixed up. I believe it's like 1 Samuel chapter 26. Where it talks about King David and his mighty men, bro. Right. Them superheroes, bro. Right. Yeah. King David said the Lord, the Most High, Yahweh Bashar, taught him to war, that he can bend a bow, a rod of iron on his forearm, bro. He can hop over a wall like a hind's legs, man. Not jump up, not run up it with a rope, not scale it. No, he jumped over that thing. And walls in the ancient world was huge, man. Yeah. He could just jump over it, bro. Right? And it tells you, talk about one of the mighty men, he slew 800 men with one swing. Not repeated. One swing from his staff. He killed 800 men. You know what I'm saying? Those are superheroes. Yeah. But see, like they don't show that in these shows. They try to humanize or Edomitize in humanity the men of the Lord. The prophets, the kings, right? Because the power that Yahweh Shai had was limited, especially if they applied it to a so-called black man. I think they had like two movies where Jake was played Yahweh Shai. One was Blair Underwood, and another one was in that movie called The Book of Clarence. Right. And they didn't show Yahweh Shai doing too much, and so to the end, he brought dude back to life. You know what I'm saying? And he brought Clarence back to life and whatnot. And they, and then dude walked on water. He walked on water. Clarence walked on water, and Esau wanted to kill him. He wanted to destroy him, man. You know what I mean? But that's because Esau don't want to see. He's a liar, man. This nigga's a liar. Esau's a liar. He want everybody to be. They say we're all the same. We're all humanity is the same, and so they want us to all be in that weak state. But nah, bruh. We ain't them. We the Israelites, bruh. We the sons of the power. It's a reason why we call it Yashar Allah. He is a prince of the what? Power. The prince of the Most High. You got
in that scripture, Shalaki, in that scripture, Deuteronomy 7:6, I'll put you above all nations. He didn't say I'm the Lord, the Most High God didn't say I'm gonna put you all the same as every nation. No, because we were all the same. How can you differentiate between the sons of power and the sons of man? We'll all be just be we where's the salt at? You know what I'm saying? We just eat all the food and they have no flavor, and then it's like what's the point? So the Lord, he made us a special people. We the salt of the earth, man. We bring life into everywhere we go. Yep. And we are a special people, man. No, go ahead, brother.
I was going to say that's why you said it in the show. You said when they show Jake with power, it's exceptional. I'm roughly paraphrasing what you said because you were talking about Wonder Man and how now they're starting to put Jake in these powerful roles because it ain't when you see like it's good that they kind of like didn't really show Wonder Man's true power because the guy that played him, he was powerful in itself. His his aura, he just exudes power. Just him being a Jake.
Right.
The way he approached that character, it wasn't weak. It was powerful, bro.
Yeah.
And it showed you that in reality, he controlled the whole situation because he controlled his spirit. He controlled his spirit.
Yeah.
He didn't put it on blast. He wasn't trying to be flashy with it, right? He was trying to protect himself and others around him because how powerful he can get. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't want that. You got it.
I love the scenes where he was trying to hold in his vexation. He let that shit out and everything explode. I was like, yo, that's exactly how I fucking feel, man. Yeah. And that's how we feel, man. Like, yo, that's why in the show he lost his girl, he lost his job, he's trying to get a kid, and his whole apartment complex about to rip in half, man. And that's and I believe the elder Baraka Allah said that. He said the elder out in LA, he said, yo, that spiritual power might kick in when you underneath major stress. You may never know. You might be surrounded by FEMA troops. They tackle you and something in your head just click and your whole neighborhood explode. You know what I'm saying? You're the only one standing there. Yep. So that shows you, man, that the Most High is with us. And that just shows you that the true superheroes are us, man.
It's us, man. This is the book of Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, thy power. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, thy power, have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right.
So we're not just you got
No, I'm sure. Go ahead, Shalaki. I'm talking too much. Shalaki.
No. I ain't want to talk too much. This show, brother.
It's holy people. Holy means separate. We're chosen, man. Yep. These other nations are not like us. They want to dress up like us. They want to get our style like us. That's like what's that old saying that Jake would say? Everybody want to be a nigga when it's time to be a nigga. That's I
was about to say that. I was just about to
I forgot his name.
Paul Mooney said. I was about to say that. Everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. Yep. He said it. Yep.
And that's why you watching videos of the Moabites. They be going to the barbershops trying to get a hair like a Northern Kingdom or get their hair twisted like a Southern Kingdom, Jake, because we are those people, man. No other nation can be like us. And the Lord separated from us from them because they're defiled in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, these other nations. So fuck them. We the true people, man.
Yeah. And it's crazy that you mentioned Moab because they had no problem showing Moab. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, so we used to watch these kung fu movies. You got Moab walking on air, flying through the air, all quiet, doing all his martial arts and shit. You know, it wasn't nothing. It wasn't a problem. They had no problem showing that shit. But when it comes to our people doing that, now that's an issue.
Right.
Now it's a problem. Right. It's like we the only people on the earth that can exemplify greatness, even though all these things were taken away from us because of our iniquities. You read the book of, I believe is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 1. The Lord speaks about how he took all these things away from us for our iniquity. But I was going to read that the Hebrew word for special.
Right.
And the Hebrew word for special in Deuteronomy 7:6 is sagalah. Sagalah, which is peculiar treasure. It says possession, property, valued property, peculiar treasure. Right? It says the feminine passive participle, an unused root meaning wealth, shut up wealth, right? Jewel, treasure, proper good, special.
Ooh, wait, hold on, brother. That word jewel with the that Temanite Adolf, if you know what I mean, Adolf H said, he said America has the jewels of God, the Negroes. And not just the Negroes, the Latinos, Native Americans. So we're the precious gemstones, the jewels of the Most High.
Yep. Yeah. So, hey man. So going back into this on the chat question, it says again, I'll read right here, the carceral origin problem.
Right. Take
Luke Cage, powers tied directly to prison, wrongful incarceration, surveillance, and constant police framing. Hancock framed as a dangerous social disposable outcast who needs to be managed. Yeah, he got managed by an Edomite with no power, a weak dude that was fucking his woman. Excuse my language. He was dealing with his woman.
Oh shit! Yeah, right. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
And an Edomite woman, she's his kryptonite. She was this nigga's kryptonite. Like, what? Ain't no way the Edomite woman gonna be my kryptonite, bro. We got this kind of power, bro? Absolutely not. But it was like, that's what happened. So it says, the prison, jail, parole, or state control become part of the hero's DNA and not just an obstacle. Meanwhile, white heroes escape prison, Batman, break laws freely, Iron Man, cause mass destruction with zero carceral consequences, meaning cause mass destruction with and don't have to go to prison, Thor and Hulk. Black hero equals contained, white heroes equal uncontained. And that's the same thing that happened in that show. As great as the show was, and you really got to watch it to really take on the understanding, because most people just expecting to see a bunch of powers and flashing lights and shit. But in reality, it just show you that our people are powerful even when we're not powerful. We're not exhibiting that power physically. You know what I'm saying? Like just us having the name of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai and properly having an understanding of this word and being able to break it down. That's power in itself. Mm-hmm. That's extreme power in itself. So, but they'll, how much more when it's exhibited, like the scripture says in the book of, I believe it's Psalm, it says, in the day of thy power. And you can break this down, brother. But this is Psalms 110:3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning. Thou hast the dew of thy youth.
Right, we're gonna receive that power, man. That godlike power. When that day comes, either in Jacob's trouble or we in going through tribulations and Jacob's trouble, different temptations, the Lord's gonna lock something in us that's gonna be activated. And that's why my spirit been just watching a lot of the X-Men comics, because they have something called the X gene, which truthfully is called the God gene. Mm-hmm. So the Lord got a certain DNA in us, so when that happens, and that day of that power, it's gonna be just like that because of that pressure, man. So hey, we gonna be superhumans on the planet Earth, and Esau can't do shit about it. In these bodies, so it's gonna start on this side. Yep. When we perfect it, then we're gonna really be on another level. But Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai going like Elder Ricardo Quinn from the UK say, man, there's another level of humanity that's not that the Lord hasn't unlocked yet. Exactly. He's gonna unlock that for us. There's another level of this body that we don't even know. You know what I'm saying? But like the brothers going into that X gene, which that's a real gene. Mm-hmm. And we have it. The Israelites have it. Right? Not every nation has that gene. So it says right here, punishment before permission. Black heroes are rarely allowed to just be heroic. They must be humbled, be punished, be morally corrected by institutions or mentors. Prove they are safe to society. Even when powerful, the story asks, should this black man be allowed to exist with power? White heroes are asked, how will the world adjust to his greatness? That's a huge narrative difference. You got it. Yep, and they show you that in here. The brother said it in the movie Hancock. It's always gotta be the white savior trope. You can don't be this guy. You can be something new. You could be a new superhero. And Hancock wasn't with that shit. But when you watch Iron Man, he got a whole fucking iron suit, and all these white dudes in suits with business suits will follow him and listen to everything he says because he's Tony Stark. You see the difference? Yeah, like it's privilege and non-privilege. Yeah. Exactly. And that's the thing about these superhero worlds, they're unbalanced.
Yeah, they're unbalanced. They're extremely, because like there's no way in a real scenario, or even if you try, because Esau, he's a liar, so he has to make up fables. Right. But when we talk about like the ancient Greek gods, like so-called gods, idols, Zeus, all of them, it was Jakes that came up with those. I had looked it up last week. Apostle Cabral was speaking about it on his live show, and it said that Greek mythology, the stories, they were like the action movies of their time. Right. They didn't have TV. So you get somebody and they would tell these fantastical stories and whatnot. And it was Jakes that was bringing that stuff up. The point of the matter is that these stories that Esau tells, they always have Esau's a false man. So his balance is false, right? There's no way that a person with God-like powers should be controlled by a person that has no power.
Exactly.
I don't care if you're a government. I don't care if you wealthy. You should not have that. Your power should not supersede somebody that can't die. Like when you look at the different Wonder Man powers, which they didn't even show in the show, but they kind of like tapped on it a little bit. Yo, dude can't die. He's immortal.
Exactly.
He can't die. Like even if you blow him up, he's able to gather all his pieces together and reform again.
He's basically a walking star. That's
He's
a walking black star.
Exactly. You can't touch him. You can't do nothing for him. So like you talking about putting him in cuffs, creating a jail that'll keep him locked up, and you just want to keep him in a dark cell until you need him, right? Because even in the show, well, I ain't gonna give it up because y'all gotta watch the show. When you watch the show, you're gonna see how Esau ultimately plots to use this guy. You know what I'm saying? So it says limited power exploration. White heroes get cosmic arcs, Endgame, Infinity War, right? Cosmic arcs, multiverse, Doctor Strange, godhood. You see, Esau gets godhood, time travel, failure without identity collapse. Black heroes often get street level threats, localized stakes, moral lectures, powers treated as dangerous liabilities, not gifts. Luke Cage is nearly invulnerable, yet the show constantly shrinks him back to Harlem, scales conflict instead of letting him grow into a global force.
And when you read the comics of Shalakia, I just want to say, when you read the comics of Luke Cage, he's not universal. Like he's just a complete nigga with powers. Like he's not like friendly, compassionate. He's just a nigga. Like, and that's why I wasn't really into Luke Cage like that. I was into him because he was just black, but other than that, his whole character was just like, all right, Harlem, that's cool, but what else? You know what I'm saying? Like it was nothing. It was no form of character development when our people's on the scene, or no worldly development.
And it's crazy because in the show, in the show, they didn't really tap into it. This nigga his name was Power Man. Luke Cage is Power Man. So he had power, right? This dude could beat the Hulk. That's how tough this dude was, man. He can beat the Iron Fist. He can beat Captain Marvel. He can beat the Hulk. He can do a lot. You know what I'm saying? But like the brother said, in the show, they just made him a nigga with power.
Right.
He was just, and then it's going to go into it right here. It says, fear of black autonomy. This is the quiet part nobody wants to say out loud. Hollywood is comfortable with black suffering, black resilience, black redemption. Hollywood is uneasy with black dominance, black rule, black power that does not apologize or assimilate. And that's how Yahweh Shai coming back. He not coming to assimilate to you. He's coming back to destroy this place, man. And he ain't black. He looked like a so-called black man, but we ain't black people. We're Israelite. He's the ultimate Israelite.
Right.
He's coming back in his godhood, and he's not coming here to apologize for anything. He ain't coming back to assimilate. He ain't coming back to talk to you, but he's coming back to redeem his people, starting with the elect.
Exactly.
And he's going to make us like he is. Right? There's no way we immortal like Nate talking about some Gog and Magog going to pop up in the kingdom and we're going to have a war with them. Nigga, we're going to be gods, bro. Ain't no, no, we're going to be gods, bro. We're going to be immortal beings with super duper powers. And just like we watch this Wonder Man, we're going to have all them powers, bro, and more. Every hero that got all these heroes, these powers these people got, we ain't going to be limited to just one or two powers. We're going to have everything.
What you said, Cam, you said we're going to be Omega level, God level. We're going to be the real Viltrumites. We're going to be everything,
the real Viltrumites, Alpha and Omega level. Right. That's what we're going to be. It's going to, like Yahweh Shai, he's the Alpha and the Omega. So we're going to be as he is. Like Elder Kazak from Mississippi say, we're going to be many most highs on the earth, man.
Exactly.
It says a fully realized black hero, confident, strategic, powerful, unconstrained, starts to resemble a king, a general, a nation builder. That's Yahweh Shai.
Exactly.
This is he told you, bro. These people, they hating, bro. They don't want Jake to have no power. Hey, there's a scene in that show, bro. This nigga punched a man through his fucking head.
Oh man, y'all, I was scared for that scene.
I was like, oh shit, get out of it. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. I didn't expect it. I'm sitting in front of the computer. He put his fucking whole hand through that nigga head. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was scared. I'm like, oh, he fucked up his scene. He fucked up his goal, man, his dream.
I was like, he fucked it up. I said the same thing, man. So that was a dream. That was written good. That particular episode was really written well.
But let me say this: that's how we feel for you heathens, man. When we get that power, we're gonna put our exo fist to your fucking face, and you can't do nothing about it.
You can't do shit about it.
And but you mainly you tiny tops, man.
Yeah, yeah. It says why characters like it says. I'm sorry. A fully realized black hero, confident, strategic, powerful, unconstrained, starts to resemble a king, a general, a nation builder. That makes executives nervous.
Exactly.
What? Because they don't want you to remember. Art imitates life, and in times, life imitates art. And they don't want Jake to have those kind of mindset. They just want you to be a thug, a drug dealer, a sodomite, right?
Mm-hmm.
A warlock, a sellout, a weak
And
individual.
that movie Black Panther was a mirror on how
Mhm.
everybody think, because that shows you how they really, even though it was set in Africa, Wakanda, stuff like that. I get it because that's all bullshit. But truthfully, that really exposes a lot of people in Hollywood. They really don't want Jake at the top. Like Ryan Coogler, man, he exposed Esau's Hollywood world that is bullshit and that we can do way better than them in every way and fashion.
Yeah, because what Hollywood lacks is originality, and
Exactly.
Jake brings originality when you don't curtail their abilities. That go for any. It ain't even just with superpowers. It's
Right.
with writing. It's with acting. It's with producing, right? Because Jake is limited by everything in his society, whether it be money, access,
Exactly.
resources. You limited to what you can do down here. So just imagine. You ain't got to imagine too longer, but just realize this: when Yahweh Bashar Shai sets us up, we're gonna be unlimited. We ain't gonna be you're gonna have Jakes that can't be curtailed. We're gonna be unrestrained. And the reason why we are restrained, again, it goes back to the curses, right? The book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 1. Uh, the Most High will remove the leaders. For behold, the Lord, Yahweh Bashar Shah host, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water, the mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet, and the prudent and the ancient, the captain of 50, the honorable man and the counselor, and the cunning artificer, and the eloquent orator. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. And when you look up that word for children there in the interliner, right, it says Nayar, which is what? It says a servant, a retainer,
Right.
right? A servant, and that's what Esau is. He's a servant, but he's over top of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's ruling us, right? Then you go to that word for babe, well, princes and babes. The Hebrew word for babes is ta'ila. I'm Salaki. Ta'ila wumlayum, right? Which is what? Wonton is a vexation. So a babe and a tyrant, and that's what Esau is. He took all Yahweh Shah took these things away from him because when we had an opportunity to be in these roles, we abused them. We destroyed each other. We rebelled against Yahweh Shah. So these things were taken away from us. So that's why, even though we have remnants of them, the ones that we do got that got these skills, what they do, they work for Esau.
Right.
They don't work for the benefit of their people. They don't care. That's why you got the boule.
Mm-hmm.
Right? These people that have these abilities, they end up using them for nefarious purposes, mainly to destroy their own people. You got it, brother.
Yeah, you make a good. That's a good point. That's a good point, and that's the thing too. Not just Hollywood, but that just shows you that a lot of Jakes are sellouts, man. They
Yeah,
really are in. They're really anti our people. That's the scripture. That the scripture said there are wicked men amongst
yeah,
us,
yeah.
because
Among my people,
they're just many versions of Esau. Or they just niggas. That's the only way I could put it. It's just niggas. Among
yeah,
my people are wicked.
y'all got you right here. This is Jeremiah 5:26. For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that set up snares. They set up a trap. They catch men.
Right.
Yep.
And then that's why Esau pushes agenda. And when Esau pushes agenda, who's the face of that agenda? Jake. The news is brought out. This is not new, but this is common thing that came up is that bitch Sexy Red is a CIA agent, man.
Damn.
Now every chick got tattoos on her tits, and every chick got dyed hair, which is that's nothing new. But now it's more common now. So
Yeah.
your favorite actor, artist, your favorite celebrity that's a Jake, he could be a fucking CIA agent. Hey, that Black Panther dude, that light skinned nigga,
Yeah,
he's a
yeah, he
CIA
got
agent.
called out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was in 2016? He was a Crip. Now he was CIA agent. Like, pick a side, bro.
He was a blood. They say he
Stick,
was a blood, a
what's the
Pyru.
scripture? Stick with thy enchantments.
Yeah, he was a rapper, and all
Yeah,
of a sudden, this nigga now he's some type of leader. And Jake waking up to it, it's like, nigga, we ain't following you. Where was you at? Where was you
exactly.
at when all the real
And
shit was
kids,
popping?
the children of those original Black Panther parties, they not with that shit because they
Nah,
parents, they had a huge, it was a reason, like it was acceptable societal reason, which it was going off because they was using Esau's blessing. But if you think about it, at that time before the truth came into the scene, it was a reason why the Black Panther Party was created, so they could
yeah,
defend themselves against Esau. Now now you just bringing up something that's what? That's how old the Black Panther Party was, like in the
that
70s.
shit's
So
like,
like what?
Seven's like
50,
over
40
40
years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
So you bringing something up that's really old, that's not adaptable to the society. So you failing yourself.
Well, remember that the whole Black Panther Party in itself, anyway, was a farce anyway.
Right.
Right? It was a CIA operation anyway.
Exactly.
The whole thing, like they had fake operatives, but they had real people that they put to death and locked up, and that was mainly the grassroots leaders. So that they were looking for the leadership, because J. Edgar Hoover said, there will never be another Black Messiah. There will
Right.
never be another Black Messiah. This is a quote from J. Edgar Hoover, the former head of the FBI. He says there will never be another Black Messiah unless we create him.
Exactly.
So these so-called Black leaders that you have today, they're created. Even the ones of yesterday, Martin Luther King, which is Michael King, Malcolm X, Angela Davis. She's a lesbian, right? Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey was a grassroots leader, but they created the NAACP. The NAACP was created to destroy Marcus Garvey's Back to Africa movement.
Right.
It was created to do that. And J. Edgar Hoover, that was his first job. His first job as the FBI leader or whatever was to destroy Marcus Garvey. So he did that by creating. You had people like W.E.B. Du Bois set up, to create these leaders. And then it came to find out Bobby Seale and Huey P. Newton, both of them were being paid by the CIA, and then they killed the natural leader, this guy right here, Fred Hampton.
Right.
And they ultimately killed Huey P. Newton. Bobby Seale, the only one that's alive.
And correct me if I'm wrong, lineage wise, Huey Newton, I just checked it up. His father could be an Edomite. His father,
I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, you checked it up. I'm not sure. I'm just saying. I just checked up. Like, let me see his father, because he got a little. Let me see.
Yeah, it says this. I'm just looking at his biography right now. Newton was.
I heard that rumor, like his father was white. I'm like, hold on. I'm not sure if that's actually. He could just be a speckled Jake.
Oh, listen to this. Oh no, he was named. So I got you. It says Newton was. His people was Jakes. Newton was born in Monroe, Louisiana during World War II. The youngest son of Amelia Johnson and Walter Newton, a sharecropper and Baptist preacher. His parents named him after Huey Long, former governor of Louisiana. So yeah, he's an Israelite.
Okay. I'll take that. But you know how Jake will say, he his father white. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, because I was in that thought, like, you gotta do underground research to see if the spirit can resonate. So
yeah, even if his dad was white, it didn't matter, because he could be a Jake too. He could be an Israelite too.
Exactly.
You know how many Israelites look like? What's that nigga name?
Bob Marley.
Yeah, his dad was Jake.
Yeah.
Well, he was when he was alive. Well, he's still a Jake, but he looked like a so-called white man. Right. He was a Jake. You know what I'm saying? But the point of the matter is that these false leaders that you have today, these are not the real leaders of our people. Exactly. Martin Luther King didn't even believe in Yahweh Shai or his resurrection. He didn't believe that. Right? He never really talked out the Bible, but yet he was a reverend. Malcolm X, he followed Islam. He was into the crazy NOI shit. Then he became a Sunni Muslim.
Exactly.
Right? Angela Davis, she's all about feminism. She went from being a person in the Black Panther Party to being a feminist and a lesbian, right, to this day. So these people, these are the ones they want to make your leaders, right? In reality, our true leaders are the men that Yahweh Bashim al-Shai have given us. Jeremiah 3:15. It says, and I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And that start with the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone and the brothers on deck, right? And then the men that taught them, right? High priest Elder Yaquah, well, Slakia, Elder Abba Bivens, High priest Yaquah, King Masha, right? High priest Ariah, right? And Elder High priest Shaw.
Right? And you think about it, the Lord saved the best for last. After
exactly.
all these, I was about to say, after all the decades of Jake going through hell, he saved the prophets for last.
That's well, it says that. Man. I'm about to get that precept. I'm about to pull it right now. No. It says, us last. This is 1 Corinthians 4:9. For I think that the Most High. I'm sorry, was that brother? Salaki.
No, it says, oh yeah, that's the spirit.
Yeah. 1 Corinthians 4:9. For I think that the Most High have set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men.
And that's the thing. We're a spectacle, because usually when you walk out the street and when you see us, where we have an apparel, and not just that, a spiritual aura about us that's different from the rest of the people in the world. Yeah, our apparel, we got the garments with the fringes and stuff like that, Bibles in our hands. That's right. Yeah, I get that. But truthfully, we have the true wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that your pastor, your teacher, your governor does not have. Nobody in this world has the knowledge that we have.
That's right.
And you can have all the, what's it called, theological schools. That's the right term? Theological schools and Bible schools, all you want. But none of them can tell you the truth. They could have a tiny bit of the truth, because there's a truth in everything, but it's not the 144% truth. And the 144% truth is in the hands of what you'll call so-called black Latino Native American men on the highways and byways, man, and speckled bird brothers.
That's right, brother. That's right. And these so-called black leaders that they gave you, they pump these people up and they put them to death, or they kill the occult of personality. That's what it is. Because again, Martin King, his real name was Michael. He never changed that, Michael King. But yet they killed Martin Luther King. Right? Same thing with Malcolm X and anybody. These guys weren't sent by the Lord. Yahweh Bashim Shai didn't send these men to give us knowledge, wisdom, understanding. The Black Panther Party and all this other shit. Right? Here it is. Y'all set y'all people up to die. Right? Because that's what you did. Right? All these Jakes went to jail and died behind a false narrative that these people set up so that you could follow Esau's agenda and his will. Right? It's and they never tell you who the first so-called black Messiah was. That's Yahweh Shai. Right? And they think he's not coming back, but we ain't the Black Panther Party. This ain't the SNCC. This ain't none of that bullshit. This is the truth. And the apostles are set up last, because this is not made of man. This is made of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And we speak all these things, getting back to the point where the brother was going to about Wonder Man. These things, everything we're saying is written in the scriptures, man.
Exactly.
You just gotta look. You gotta have the ability to see it. The Marvel comic book writers like Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, they took things out the Bible. The dude, Jack Kirby, when he created Galactus, he said that he took that from the Bible, from the Most High. Mm-hmm. He used Galactus as the Heavenly Father, and that's how he was able to come up. He took the aspects of the Heavenly Father and made a character called Galactus.
Right, and the Silver Surfer was either Michael or Yahweh Shai. It was a messenger, angel, basically.
It was an angel, yep.
But like and that's the spiritual thing I was just saying with my last videos. I think I made the last lesson 2 weeks ago. When you read these comics, don't just see white faces. You got to picture them as Jakes, and that's the same thing with the Bible. Don't look at, and I get it because Esau uses whitewash and iconoclasm, but when you read the Bible, you're picturing us, and that's truly us. You know what I'm saying? It's truly, the Bible is about us. It's about us, the Israelites.
And they don't want to give you characters that's close to you, man. This man is truly afraid of the Israelite power, man. I was just thinking, like, in a comic book, Wonder Man had red eyes, and it made me think of Yahweh Shai.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit, man.
You know what I'm saying? And he all powerful, bro. He said, "I'm not gonna meet you as a man. You know,
Yeah.
so you know, at the end of the day, Esau could try to curtail our power and try to create these narratives around us, but the real narrative is written in the scriptures, and it tells us who we are. You know what I'm saying? And we are the Israelites. We're the sons of the power, right? The word Israelite, we're not even going to use that term in a kingdom because we're going to be using speaking Hebrew. We're going
Right.
to be Yasha Allah.
Yeah.
Yasha, yeah, we're going to be Yasha Allah. That's it. Not Yisrael, not your Jerusalem. It's going to be Yerushalayim. And Yerushalayim is a people before it's a place.
Exactly.
Right? Place, a city of peace. Yerushalayim, people of peace. Because that's what we are. We ain't fucking with you. Don't fuck with us. We ain't gonna fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do the right thing by us. We'll do the right thing by you.
Exactly.
Once you cross that border, then we're gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I just want to tune in with you.
Ate the water out for the lesson. I really appreciate that. I hope I'm not, overly, what I'm saying. I get excited with certain, with comic books and stuff like that because I grew up on them. So
yeah, me too, brother. Hey, I come from the same generation. I love comic books, and our spirit links up with these characters because it's in us, brother.
Yeah.
All that, we the ones that really get into the space traveling, the kung fu, the martial arts, and these spiritual powers because it's in us. We are these people.
Exactly.
And Yahweh Shema Shah is going to show the world. I'll end it off with that precept right here, real quick. This is hold on, I got you right here. This is the book of Second Esdras. Second Esdras. Yep, it's the book of Second Esdras, chapter 16, verse it's the latter verse, chapter 16, and it reads right here. It says verse 71, they shall be like Salaki. Oh, right, yep, verse 71. Then it says they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Verse 72. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. And it says, then shall, the point right here, verse 73, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. So you're going to see the chosen as the elect.
Exactly.
When all the tribulation the brother was going into, talking about how Elder Barak Allah spoke about how that pressure that we're going to be in is going to force that power that's within us out, right? And it's part of our endurance, and it's a part of our faith. And when we go through these troubles, when we go through these hardships, all it's going to do is going to manifest the power and the glory that Yahweh Bashim Shah has bestowed upon us that's already in us, and the world's going to see it.
Exactly. And the Lord going to show who's the true camp. You get what I'm saying? Like who's been teaching the real thing for all these years, the true underdog story. It's not, it's not the Israelite dude dressing all black wearing military gear or, the dude with the stick or the purple. It's going to be the ones that you never thought of. That's the thing. The Lord deal with people that deal with individuals that you never even thought of. Like him, he was. That's why I said it's a prophet among us, man.
Yep. You're gonna know it.
So the Lord's going to show who's the real superheroes, man.
That's right, man. And so that's all I had, brother. You got it.
No, it's all right. Beautiful, man. This is really edifying. I really appreciate that, man.
Got the part, man. Hey, so you want me to close it out?
You can close it out.
Hey, so with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. And saying your double honor to the apostles and the bishop, elders, a great millstone, for teaching the word of truth and sincerity, and salutations to the elect. Keep pushing, keep striving. Hey, we almost out of here. Hey, shalom.
Shalom.